Yeah.
All right, guys, what up? It's your boy Jason2325, and today we have two guests, and Nick's gonna be a little late because he's got some baseball-oriented thing. We got Clastica, and he's gonna go by Cameron, and then we have West Coast Varmint Hunters, and his name is gonna be James tonight.
What's up?
So we're gonna start off with asking James if he copied West Coast Varmint Hunters off of Varmint Hunter.
I did not. Okay, so for engineering, we had to come up with this name for our group, and we came up with West Coast Innovations. So when I was creating West Coast Varmint Hunters, before I even knew the name, I asked my dad, hey, we're going to be hunting like doves and rabbits, so what category do you think that goes under? And he's like, varmint. So then I thought of our name at engineering, and I was like, okay, West Coast Varmint Hunters. I got online and they have the little like suggestions for all the people you should subscribe to, and Varmint Hunters was one of them. So I was like, oh dang.
Have you
But
ever got any flack from them for that?
no, they haven't said anything. We're actually subscribed, and he's subscribed to me. We're friends, but he hasn't said anything about it, so I don't think it's that big a deal.
So, Cameron, you said you wanted to ask me something about pellet guns last night.
Yeah, is Junior Squirrely here?
No, he was the guest
No.
last week. Do you
No.
have a question for him?
Yeah.
What is it?
Have you used the Benjamin Trail?
Have I ever used the Benjamin Trail?
Yeah.
Max has.
Yep.
Are they any good? Are they like really
Uh,
nice?
the 22s are. I know for a fact they are, but um, they're really hold sensitive. Um, they're powerful and everything. Are you talking about the XL, like the Benjamin Trail XL?
Just the normal outdoor. I don't know what it's called. Probably have to look that up.
It's
It's just
almost.
a.
How much does it cost? Like, what caliber are you looking at?
It's 250 and it's a 177.
So 250, 177. Is that gonna be the XL or the?
It's just a normal
So
one.
okay, so that there's a two different. There's like a Benjamin Trail, and then there's like a Benjamin Trail XL, and I'm not sure what the variation of the rifle is, but I know there's a variation in prices.
And power.
Yeah,
Yeah.
power. So
That's the only thing is the difference is the power.
if
I would, okay, Cameron, I would go with the Benjamin Trail 22 caliber.
yeah, 20.
Not the
Go ahead.
not you don't want 177 because 22 calibers pellets are a lot slower, which means that they're most likely more accurate. So get the 22.
I would do that, but the laws here don't really help me at all.
What,
Where do
what
you live?
Michigan, and we can't order like anything.
Michigan
Well,
did
just go
like
buy it.
Detroit, Michigan?
No, no, up north.
Okay, up north.
Our only stores have 177s.
So
Hmm.
the state of Michigan won't allow you guys to order a pellet gun?
Some of them, I believe you can, but I know anything with a shroud or any muzzle brake, you can't.
So
Was that detachable or something that's like already
yeah,
a
uh,
part of the gun?
sometimes you can detach the shrouds.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I was trying to order from what is it?
Pyramid
Um,
Air.
yeah, and they told me they couldn't do that, and their only next option was like $600.
Holy cow, $600 for a gun. No, that's horrible. So no barrel shrouds. So are
Or
you looking at getting a pellet gun then? You need to find one without a barrel shroud, a good one.
No, you can go to Dunham's and buy them, but they only have them at like, that's like our sports store, and they only have them at 177.
So you can buy it with with a shrouded barrel, but you can't order it.
Yeah, I think they're probably gonna put it under my mom's name. I think it's gonna be like an actual, you know how they like,
Well, okay, the 177 it'll still be accurate, but I don't know. I have a 177, the Benjamin Trail XL, and I'm finally figuring out how to shoot it. So, and I've had it for 6 months now. So, um, I would get it if I were you from Dunham's, but you know,
if you use a heavier pellet, that might help a little with it staying straight and accurate.
Yeah, you'd have to like Pyramid Air. I'm on their website right now. You might want to look at what pellets they offer in 177 because I know a heavier pellet's probably going to be like a JSB Exact or a JSB
Yeah.
Jumbo or something, but that's going to be a little more expensive than
Mhm.
your pellets at the store, but it's a trade-off, accuracy or expense.
But the Crossman Premier Ultra Magnum, they're 10.5 grain. So just get them. They work really well in my gun, and mine is a lot more powerful than the normal Benjamin Trail 177.
Yeah, I'm looking at those right there. Man, that's so like, did you go to order on Pyramid Air and say you lived in Michigan and they wouldn't let you ship to Michigan?
Yeah, the zip code.
Oh,
Does it have to do with age or what is it?
I don't know.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna try to order something to Michigan right now and see what it says.
If it
They
was
don't.
age, I would just put in your mom's name.
Yeah, no, I did that. It was under my mom's name, but
Oh,
Michigan law doesn't allow you to ship
Wow,
um, shrouds.
wow,
Anything that takes the sound down, you can't have.
that's horrible.
Hmm.
Hmm. Well, you could go with something without a shroud. I mean, you can do a homemade shroud too.
Well, yeah, I don't. I just wanted a nitro piston.
You want a nice most pellet guns nowadays are coming with shrouds,
yeah.
which I mean is fortunate in some ways, and then for people like you, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Air guns, because I was gonna say the the Remington Vintage or Vantage.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah, that one. I think you can get it in nitro piston now, and it's not shrouded.
Mine's shrouded, but I think they had a version before mine. Mine's the Vantage Air 1200 or something like that, and mine's shrouded. But I think they had one, which is probably the one you're looking at, that isn't shrouded. It just doesn't take away as much sound because I've heard a lot of people say that it sounds like a 22 without it.
The more and more you shoot a pellet gun, the quieter and quieter it gets.
Oh yeah, mine's completely quiet.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the it's called the Walther Talon Magnum with a nitro piston, and I'm looking at what it's got on the tip, and it looks like what Gamo's Shadow Express, not Shadow Express, what's Gamo's Stalker, those
Whisper.
Whisper with the big things at the end of it.
Yeah, that's one.
It's got one of those. Do you think but it's a lot smaller, and it looks like it wouldn't do anything. It just looks like it's there for looks. What are those things
What?
illegal too in Michigan? Like,
You're still on Pyramid Air, right?
yeah,
Look at the Crossman Quest.
yeah, okay. Crossman Quest,
You can't even order those.
Crossman Quest. Let me search that. Quest. You can't so you can't order the Crossman Quest.
Mm-hmm.
That's horrible. I mean, there's not really much I can do for you.
Yeah, I guess I'll just.
Go to the store.
I would just go through all of the ones that you like and see which ones they'll let you order. Because maybe one of them will just accidentally let it slip through. You never know.
All right, I'm about to add Nick to the call. He has shown up. Add the conference. Skype. I got a good question for Nick, and I forget what it was, so hopefully I'll remember. He didn't answer. Oh yeah, I remember what it was. You guys watch my videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You guys saw my video on my recent video, first upload since I kind of went on that week-long break, where I thought someone had broke into my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a good story behind that. I want to wait for Nick to get on, but hold up. Let me text him. I'm calling you. Sorry, I say my text messages aloud sometimes. So, Cameron, you driving yet? Or
Yeah, but I have to be with the parent.
no? So you got your learners. How about you, James?
Same here. Just a couple more months, though.
All right.
You guys were talking about it last time, weren't you?
Yeah, I usually ask everyone because we're all kind of right at that age. Nick, you there? Hello.
Yep, I'm here.
All right, I'm ready. Nick, you saw my video on the break-in, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that night, you guys all saw the video, and people who didn't see the video, go look at it on my channel because I'm not going to explain that. But long story short, thought someone was breaking in, got a gun, everything was okay. So after I cut the video off, my brother's got a little hamster, and
Oh Jesus.
I'm standing there in the kitchen, and I hear something like making noise, and I've still got the gun with me. And I remember when I came downstairs, I had looked at the basement door, and we've got this thing on the basement door which keeps like cold air from seeping up. And I looked at it, and it was still pushed all the way against the door. So I figured no one had opened the basement door because if someone was trying to get away quick, they wouldn't have had the time to reach up under the door and pull that thing closed. So I figured, I'm like, okay, someone's got to be in the basement. So I came down in the basement, and in my basement, it's half of it's finished, half of it's not, and some stuff is finished, like the closet doors and stuff aren't completely done. So when you open the bathroom door, the closet door doesn't have a doorknob on it, and you can see through it. So I opened the door, and a jacket, something had made a jacket in the closet swing, and I thought it was somebody moving. So I had the Glock up, and I just screamed out, "Don't you fucking move or I'm gonna shoot you!" And I like kicked the closet door open. It was just a jacket. But I actually ran up the street, and I woke one of my neighbors up, and I was like, "Yo, someone just tried to break in my house. I'm home alone. Dog diarrhea all over the carpet. I gotta run to the store and grab some carpet cleaner, and you mind coming down with me?" So he came down, but at midnight that night, and I didn't find this out until a few days later. My other neighbor, who's a crazy redneck, had somebody at gunpoint in his house because his son was sitting on the couch in the living room, and someone stuck their head in the door, and his son was like just sitting there, and his son said, the guy said, "Sorry, wrong house," and left. And then like his dad got up, and he was in his underwear with his gun and walking around, and then his dad went back to sleep, and his son was still sitting there watching TV, and he said he heard someone coming up the porch steps, so he ran upstairs and got his dad, and the guy was like opening the door when he was in the porch, when he was coming up from the porch into the house, and my friend's dad pointed the pistol at him and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" He said, "Sorry, I thought this was my friend's house. I thought I had friends in here." And he's telling him, "You don't have a fucking friend in here." And at that point, my other neighbor, the guy I had been out that night because he knew somebody was trying to break my house and I was home alone, was walking, and so he's walking home from my house, and him and my neighbor, like he sees him, and he's pinched in between my neighbor and my other neighbor, and they both have guns on him. So the guy has like nowhere to go. So apparently, they beat his butt and just took him and dropped him off somewhere. No police report done.
Huh. That's funny.
Just dropped them off
Getting
somewhere.
That guy, yeah. Well, like I said, that neighbor, he is crazy. He drinks like a freaking man. Moonshine straight out of the mason jar.
Wow.
But yeah, so somebody was really trying to get in my house that night.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That is.
my house isn't a good house to break into though.
No.
Obviously.
Definitely not. Same here.
Yeah, I wouldn't have asked the guy any questions. I would have shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. So do we all deer hunt? James, Cameron, you guys deer hunt?
This winter I will.
You will?
Yeah.
Well, darn, that kind of. I was gonna ask you guys if any of y'all hunted with dogs, so I guess you guys really haven't.
No.
How was everyone's 4th of July?
That was fun.
What'd you do?
Well, here in Maui, they sell fireworks at Costco.
Mhm.
So we got a bunch of fireworks, and we were going to the park, and it's actually kind of a funny story. So we were getting out of the car to go and light the fireworks, and then I kind of like look over to my left, and the way the park was situated, they have like 3 different parking lots for like baseball fields,
Mhm.
So I just see these kind of like 2 blue lights, and I looked a little closer, and it's a police car just sitting there in the parking lot, like watching people. So I was like, oh crap. I'm like, Dad, there's a cop over there. And he's like, okay. He goes and talks to the guy. At least the cop was cool because he's like, yeah, you guys can shoot him off here in the parking lot as long as you clean him up. But I thought we weren't going to be able to shoot him, but it was a whole lot of fun. As the night got on, like, tons of people were coming out with all these fireworks, and the whole parking lot was just lit up.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Well, this year, our city always does a big firework display, pays a big company to come in and launch them off from, and they have this, I've never seen it, but this is what I'm told by my dad, that there's this, it's not like regular fireworks where you light the wick and it's in the mortar tube and it shoots up. Like, they have this big panel that's, the size of a bed, or, however big it is, and they got a switch that they turn off and they go. And we had a good almost 30 minutes of fireworks, a great grand finale, but we were kind of in the middle of it, like we were just 5 minutes into it, and you could see right over the tree lines this one firework that didn't kind of make it all the way up in the air. You just saw it blow up, and the fireworks stopped. And my dad's captain of our PD, so we've got like a section closed off, for the mayor, the fire department, all of the police department, and all the important city people or whatever. And we get access to that because of my dad, so I'm back there with all these cops and fire department and whatnot. So all the fire department, a few cops, turn on their lights and just haul butt out the back way of the parking lot behind the Target and everything to wherever the next parking lot down where they were shooting the fireworks off. There's a tree line in between us. And like people start flooding in, wondering why the fireworks show had stopped, and like not the mayor, but some other guy to the city and a bunch of cops were like had to not like really beat them out, but kind of shoo them away, and then they roped it all off, and then actually one of the girls we had with us was outside of the rope when they roped it off, and they wouldn't let her back in. It was pretty funny. But then the news crew showed up, and I actually, like, they were sitting there. I was listening to my dad talk to a few guys, and he had told one of the guys, you're the guy, when the news media shows up, this is what you tell them. So I followed that guy around, and when they showed up, I stood in the background with my pocket knife just scratching my face. But it ended up pretty interesting. After I made a video after all the fireworks had, like, been done. The whole parking lot was covered in smoke, so when I was going back to my truck, it looked like some zombie apocalypse thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It was raining and like super windy when it was all happening, so like all the wind was just like pushing all the smoke, so it wouldn't really last that long.
It's been raining like every afternoon here. I've been enjoying it though.
Wow.
Did you guys
We haven't
Go ahead.
we haven't had rain in over a month now.
That's called a drought.
Yes, I know.
Now you know what like part of Arizona feels like.
Oh man, I'm sorry I couldn't do the desert.
Yeah,
It's
no way.
okay as long as you have air conditioning, then you're perfectly
Yeah,
fine.
my neighbor was telling me the other day he used to live in Arizona and sell cars, and like what he'd do is like he was working all day and he'd only be home at nights. So he said he'd go downstairs and he had the fuse box. You guys know what a fuse box in a house is? Shuts the power off.
Yeah.
He said he used to like shut all the switches off, but like the refrigerator and the freezer. And when he'd come home at night, he'd open all the windows and turn it all back on. And he said like the power company kept coming to his house every month and asking him, why is there no power being used at this house? I mean, it's been like 120 degrees outside. But yeah,
So like would it be it'd probably be super hot when you came back.
yeah, it was hot, but he said it'd cool down pretty quick. He'd crank the AC up and just use it at night, save on the power bill.
Hmm.
Did you guys hear about that lifeguard?
They got
No.
fired.
Yeah, someone here, Cameron, you heard about it?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that didn't he like swim out of his zone
Yeah.
or something?
So here's the thing.
Oh,
you guys,
yeah, I
you guys have all been to beaches where there's like, swim at your own risk, and then there's a lifeguard maybe at another section down the beach.
Yeah.
Well, this guy lifeguard can see into the other section, and somebody's drowning. And actually, I think some guy was drowning, and the wife came over from the non-guarded section into the guarded section and say, "Hey, my husband's out here dying. Will you help him?" And the guy, left his post into the no lifeguard section and saved the guy's life, and he got fired because he left his post, which is ridiculous.
That's so stupid.
Absolutely stupid.
So here, a lifeguard's whole thing is to protect and save people, and someone's dying, and he got fired for going to
Yeah,
help someone.
that's like a police officer like sitting there on the city, the county line, and he looks over into the next county and someone's getting robbed, and he's like, "Oh, out of jurisdiction, can't do anything."
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
gonna fire a police officer. I think that's
So
ridiculous.
stupid.
I wish I knew the
Oh.
people who did it, like if they had a website or something.
Yeah,
Mm.
leave him a nice little message.
Yeah, I think that's really stupid. I don't.
Yeah, it is.
What was that person thinking? Like, I can't stand for this. This company's name has been tarnished. You gotta go.
Yeah, seriously, you're a hero, but I'm sorry, you didn't listen to protocol. I'm gonna have to terminate you now.
Yeah, that's kind of horrible.
Yeah.
Darn it, I forget what I was gonna say. You guys see that latest video from Pyramid Air about that Ultramax pistol gun?
Mhm.
No.
No.
No, I don't think I have. No.
Well, I forget what I was gonna say about it now.
Mm.
So,
Killed you.
Nick, you been doing any hunting?
No, I haven't done anything. I've been working my butt off for the past month and a half.
What have you been doing? Working like?
I work on the farm across the street, and I cut my lawn and a couple of my neighbors' lawns, and I work on the charter boat like every other weekend,
Okay.
and work with my dad, and oh my God, just been crazy.
See, I've been doing the exact opposite. I've been so bored, I've been applying for jobs.
Yeah, that's been working like crazy. It's ridiculous.
Actually applied for a job on at a sushi bar. I wanted to learn how to make sushi.
Really?
I love sushi. Anybody else?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Yes.
Do you guys have a raw where you guys are at?
Yeah, of course.
Love that place.
Love the salmon.
Have you guys
Oh,
had
yeah.
the Tootsie Maki?
No, but let me write that down and I'll ask for it next time I'm up there.
It's amazing.
I go up
Just try it.
I go up there quite often. The guy actually he gives me sometimes free sushi rolls on the house.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom doesn't really like sushi, so whenever we go there, they have this little like menu just especially for those people
Mhm.
who are like forced to come with people who like sushi.
Mhm.
And they have like ribs and chicken and all this stuff. I'm like, Mom, do you really think it's gonna be good? This is a sushi bar. So she gets it, and I mean, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but I'm like, why would you do that? You're at a sushi bar.
Speaking of ordering foods out of places, I was down in the middle of South Georgia. We were down at the hunting land, and we had went out, I don't know, an hour away to some restaurant. I was really young, and all I remember was a little house out in basically the middle of nowhere, and I ordered shrimp there, which I don't know what I was thinking. I ordered shrimp in the middle of Georgia at some redneck podunk bar, and I ended up puking that night all over the place.
I bet.
Uh,
That sucks.
yeah.
So
that's,
Nick,
yeah.
since you've been working so hard, I hear you need a dip.
Shut up.
Dip. That stuff will make you puke.
Yeah, I know.
You puked? Did you try it?
No. No. Oh my God. You think I'd do that? I'm not a retard.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got a bunch of friends who do it. It's nasty.
Yes, it is.
It's crazy how much stuff kids are doing these days.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's all over.
Oh yeah.
It's bad. Me and my dad are working at this lady's house. We're like remodeling the entire thing. And you could smell the marijuana in the house.
Yeah.
It's bad.
dro-
Like you can smell it.
Yeah, we dropped my cousin off at his apartment not too long ago, and he used to, but he doesn't anymore. He's going to move out of the apartment. The whole apartment reeked of marijuana, and he's got a bunch of friends who he lives with that are addicted to oxycodones and whatnot.
Yeah.
Wow,
Cameron,
that's terrible.
engage yourself in the conversation, bro.
I'm trying to figure out pellets.
What pellets to use? Nick,
Yeah.
here's Cameron's dilemma. In where he lives in Michigan, they won't allow him to order any pellet gun with any shroud on it, but he wants a Benjamin Trail in a 22
No,
caliber.
no. They have one in 177, but I can't figure out any good pellets.
Oh, okay, so they've got one in 177 he's going to buy. He can go to the store and buy one, but he can't order one. So he's got to find out a heavier pellet to use.
Crossman Premier Ultra Magnums.
I don't know.
I'm thinking that's it. Look at
Yeah, those Ultra Magnums, those things are sweet.
Yeah, I
I
use
love those
those.
things.
Crow Magnums also would be a good one. Eugen usually makes a very heavy pellet too. Eugen.
Okay. I got the Crossman and then the Cro-Magnums.
Yeah, I like those Crow Magnums. They're a good pellet.
Do you
Yeah, I
need
gotta get some of them.
the Field Target Trophy by H&N?
Yeah. Yeah.
But those are expensive.
Good quality is what you pay for, I guess, then.
So are the
Yeah.
Cro-Magnums.
Yeah. Hmm.
Have you guys ever used the Predator Polymag?
Yes, I
ones?
love those things too.
They're
Yeah,
good.
those are good.
Gosh, I forget. I love those.
How are
Go ahead.
how are those any different between like the Gamma Redfire?
Quality.
Yeah.
I've known people who had the Gamma Redfire, had Gamma ballistic tips, and the tips fell out. The ballistic tip fell out.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't like.
Yeah,
My
that's
gun
bad.
did not like that one at all.
The Gamma.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. Like I had the Crossman pointed pellets,
Mhm.
and I'd use those, and I'd shoot at a bird like 25 yards, and it'd just absolutely destroy it.
Mhm.
And then I'd use the polymag, and I figured, oh, okay, this should like take its head off. I mean, it's got a ballistics tip on it, so I shoot it, and it like completely. It had like a whole bunch of drop, and I'm like, it's not that much heavier. Why is that? So when I'd look, I'd shot it at my board, and I'd look, and the tip, it would like wiggle itself out, I guess, while it's like in air or something like that, because it'd be out by the time it would hit.
The Gamma or the Predator?
The Gamma.
Oh, okay.
I want to try the
Yeah,
Predator. That's
yeah.
what I was asking.
I've never had a Predator polymag tip fall out, and they're really nice. I like them. A lot of
Yeah.
things for me. A big thing for me when I'm ordering pellets too is the tin they come in. Like, because I hate carrying pellets in my pocket. Just like, a handful of pellets in my pocket. I like carrying them in a case or something. So a lot of pellets, like in their tin, if you put it in your pocket, it'll come apart and the pellets are all in your pocket or whatnot. Or a lot of times with the Crossman Hollow Point Premier, I don't know if you guys have ever had this happen, but I have it happen all the time. If you misthread it,
Oh yeah.
it's
Yeah, I
you
had
gotta
that.
And
take
then you can't get it
you
off.
gotta take
You
a
can't get it
sledgehammer to
off.
get it off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to shoot it a couple times right at the edge with my pellet gun to get it to come off finally.
That is so annoying.
If that doesn't work, I had that happen once. You just get like a hammer, but you don't hit the actual thing. If you get a screwdriver, like a flathead,
Mhm.
it'll pop it off.
Oh
just
yeah, like a paint can almost.
Yeah, it'll pop it off pretty easily.
I'll give that a try. I actually haven't even touched my pellet gun probably in over a month, which is sad.
I haven't
Yeah,
touched mine
probably
for
about
that.
the
It's
same
just
here.
been so hot here that
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Nothing's out. They're all like underground or in trees.
yeah,
It's a lot nicer in Michigan.
I'm sure it is. What kind of temperature do you have up there?
I think it's in the 80s today.
Gosh. Yeah, it was like 118 degrees the other day.
You can always go out and find something.
Yeah, and die of thirst.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll be out there for like 5 minutes in Arizona, and my friend's from Kansas. He just moved here.
Mhm.
And like we're okay. We can normally last like an hour and 110. He's out there for like, I don't know, 10 minutes. He's like, "Oh my god, guys, it's so hot out here." And I just look over and he is just dripping, sweating so much. I'm like, "Okay, we should probably go back. I don't want you to die of heat exhaustion."
Who did we had last week? I've already forgot his name, and I apologize.
Alex.
Alex, which is His name is like Pest Destroyer on YouTube. He lives
Oh yeah, I know.
lives up in Canada, and he says the weather up there 72, 75 degrees, right now.
Wow. It's 84 here in Maui right now.
I'd love to live in Canada though.
Oh my god.
It looks really nice.
Perfect.
Nick, you ever been to Canada? Nick,
Yeah, I've been a couple times actually.
lucky.
It's really nice.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, all of this week and the beginning of next week is all like 80s, mid to high
Wow.
80s.
Let's see. It's actually
Yes,
started
every
to
day.
cool off a little here where I am.
Okay,
Yeah,
so the
it cooled
average
off
for
a lot.
Arizona is like 106.
Man,
It's
Wow.
111 there right now.
that is crazy.
And
Oh
then
my god.
in Freiburg, Maine, where my house is, everything is gonna be above. It's like mid 80s, high 80s again.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Vermont.
The issue, it doesn't
Yeah.
get like the issue with being here in the South is the freaking humidity. Sometimes you
Yeah.
get like 80% humidity. Like I've seen people get out of the car and right when they get out, their glasses fog up. It's so humid out, and that humidity mixed with like 93-degree weather, just oh my gosh, it's a different type of heat. I've never been
Yeah.
in dry like desert heat though.
Well, it's like you get dry heat, and then it rains, and it's maybe nice for about a day, and then you get like really wet humidity, and then it's also hot on top of that. So then you're just like sweating buckets.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible.
You guys have you ever seen snow where you live?
Yeah, up north in like Prescott and Flagstaff, they get tons of snow. We go up there. My grandparents, they have they live on the golf course, and you just go sledding on the hills over there.
Mm-hmm. I bet your Cameron's seen some snow.
Only for like 6 months out of the year, or 7, 8.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I have a friend in Michigan. He actually has to drive a whole different vehicle during the winter months.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't wait till it just starts to cool off down here.
Yeah, it'll be nice in Arizona,
Uh,
but that's not gonna happen for another like 3 or 4 months.
But every season that this happens to me, it gets about, midwinter or midsummer, I'm just like, man, that heat would feel good right now, sun on my back. And then come the hot, I'm like, man, I just wish it was cool so I could go out and do some hunting.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because the stores in Arizona, they have their like AC blasting so high.
Mm-hmm.
So then you kind of, you come out of like a store and it's so cold in the store, but then you come out and it's hot. So then the heat actually feels good for about 2 seconds, and then you're like, I don't like it anymore.
All right, so here, I've got a question. We'll start off with Max. Max.
Yep.
Okay, you're there. You're stranded on an island, and you have the option to have a mermaid. Do you want the top half human or the bottom half human?
What would the top half look like, not human?
A
Like a
fish head.
fish?
Like a fish head.
Oh.
shit,
Yeah.
that's gross.
God.
I'll probably take the top half human.
That's what I'm thinking. 'Cause I'm thinking we can get by with a top half human with the sexual part, but I'm thinking she can also go out and catch fish. Because I'm thinking like the top half fish, if she goes out to catch fish, she's just gonna like eat them. You can't even talk to her either.
Yeah.
So the top half, you get someone to talk to. They can catch fish. They can perform other activities. How about you, Cameron? What do you think?
Top half.
Everyone going with top
Oh yeah, top
half?
half. Well, even if it was a fish on the top half, they couldn't last too long out of water.
Good point. They'd have to be like halfway in water their whole life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. Would you guys take a big boob butt?
I don't know.
That's a good-
It depends on like the size.
Well, it's big, so
Like, are we talking like ghetto butt or like double D's or something like that? Because I'm not into either of those. Both of them are like,
Like not like saggy, like
yeah,
good firm,
but still, that's I'm into like everything being perfectly proportional.
Yeah,
Mm,
I'm with Jason on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cameron's with the little Skype beep is what he's.
whatever.
So okay, which one would you pick, Max?
I already
Probably
know this.
Hmm.
big boobs, definitely.
All right. All right. So let's ask our guest
Weird.
our normal questions. Okay, James, would you rather go head first into a wood chipper or head first into a steamroller?
Oh, jeez. Hmm. Well, the steamroller, I don't know because it could like move you around or something, and then you like start getting your arms and like hands crushed and all that, and then you're still alive. So then you're like feeling all that crap.
But if you're going head
So,
first, it's going to be an instant death.
well, yeah, but I mean, your head is hard, and I mean the
But no, it's 'cause
steamroller.
It's
What?
not gonna like run you over. It's kind of like gonna push you out of the way and then run you over. So it's gonna rip all your
Oh,
hair off.
okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I
All
was saying.
right.
So I'd probably go into a wood chipper because a wood chipper just you're done.
You're the first one to ever say that. Everyone said steamroller, but you got a good point. If you get some,
I
it's gonna.
think the podcast we did this, I said chipper.
Yeah. Oh, you did? All right.
Yeah,
But
I'm going chipper.
what are you saying, Cameron?
Wood chipper.
See, I'm still sticking with steamroller, but here's the flip of this question. James, would you rather go feet first into a wood chipper or feet first into a steamroller?
Well, steamrollers again, they move slow, and they can't really go that fast because they've got like what a 2 ton like cylinder in the front of it
More than
moving,
Mm-hmm.
or like
Way more
whatever.
than that.
It's heavy. Let's just say it's heavy. So then, I mean, the wood chipper. You see how fast it cuts up those trees. So I'd go wood chipper again because I mean it would hurt, but not for too long.
Cameron?
I'd go wood chipper.
Yeah, wood chipper still.
All right, I think that's going to be our opening question from now on. That's what we're going to open the podcast with, asking the guest. So,
What would you like to get killed by? Chipper or steamroller?
Yeah, just like start the whole thing off just with that. Don't even ask any questions.
that's what I'll do next time. So, okay, here's my like list of like worst ways to die. I think it's like by heat is the first one.
Like what type of heat? Like fire or just like walking in the
No,
desert?
by
heat?
like fire, like
Walking in the desert
you're
heat.
being torched to death.
All right.
And then you get like drowning or suffocation.
Oh
Those are two
yeah.
horrible because you sit there and
Mm.
while you're in the middle of it, you're like, I'm dying, it hurts, and you know what's going on.
Drowning wouldn't be that fast or slow.
I think it would. Okay, here's
Yeah.
here's what I've heard some people say. Like a lot of people when their hamster gets sick and they know it's gonna die, the way they put it down is they put it like in a box of dry ice. So it like kind of gets hypothermic and just dies. And they're saying
That's
they say
terrible.
it's like a very humane way to put it down. Like they
Yeah,
say
'cause it-
hypothermia is just you kind of get a little cold and go numb and die.
Because it shuts down their body really fast.
For Christ's sakes, it's a hamster.
I don't.
Well,
I still don't.
why wouldn't you just like step on it or something? I don't know.
I think like standing,
Seriously, it's like a little rat. Just
but I'm thinking of
Step
like
on it.
standing outside in the cold and just shivering. That's not fun. There's nothing humane about it. I've been in the
Well,
cold.
that's the like when you go like up way up north into like Alaska and stuff when it's like 20 below zero, and you're out there for a couple hours and you're slowly dying. You think about that and it's more of a mental game than, a physical game sometimes, you know what I mean?
I'm thinking the most.
Well, yeah, because
Go ahead.
what? Oh, okay. Well, like, because I've heard a lot of people when they get hypothermia, their body starts to tell them, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna make you sweat now," and so then you get like really hot and you start taking clothes off. So then you get colder and colder faster, and then I mean, it's just a matter of time before you die.
Yeah, that's the danger with being in cold places. You don't want to sweat because it freezes to you.
Yeah.
Sucks warmth out of your body. I'm just saying if my hamster or if I had a hamster and it was getting sick, I'm just thinking a 22 pellet to the head would be a whole lot more humane than I'd rather take a 308 to the head than be put in a box of dry ice for my death.
Yeah, same here.
They still do.
That would suck.
Actually, I think Max in your state, they still might do firing squads as a death penalty. It might have been Kansas though.
I don't think in Wisconsin.
Somewhere in like the Midwest, and I know you're like farthest
I
Midwest.
thought it would be Texas.
Texas.
Yeah,
Or
that
is-
was Texas.
Yeah.
I know there's a state or two that still will do a firing squad for a death penalty.
Yeah, it's probably Texas, and I think they also do the gas thing too.
Yeah, Georgia just does the electric chair, I think.
Yeah,
I'm
really not sure what Arizona does.
I did a report on it. I think that's the second time we've talked about that. Kind of out of topics now, we're kind of coasting.
Okay, I got something. Jason, one of your videos, you like hunting is a challenge, volume 1.
Okay.
You had like tell me anything to hunt with and whatever gun.
Yeah, that didn't turn out well, but continue.
We should all give you something to talk hunt about.
Okay, hunting
I-
season's coming up.
I still say a raccoon with a Glock.
Yeah, that would be cool.
You know what? I'll do it and I'll make a video. I don't care what people say. I'm gonna go shoot a Glock this weekend. I'm gonna go shoot my Glocks. It's not raccoon season yet, but when it is raccoon season, I'll try it.
Do it.
What's up with the Glock part? You just want the Glock because it's such an iconic gun.
Well, you have so many of them, and it seems that you like them a lot. I mean,
My favorite pistol would be a 1911.
okay.
Oh yeah, same here.
You got that? I was looking at that 1911 22 caliber you have. That's pretty.
Yeah, it is sick, man. So much fun.
Man, I want a Nighthawk 1911.
Oh yeah, those are cool too. And then Sig Sauer has another one. What's it called? It's like a Stinger or something like that. It's a 22 and it looks just like a 1911, but it's got a shorter barrel.
Okay. Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm subscribed to Pyramids Air, and they send me like magazines, through the mail, and like actually this July they came out with a 1911, pellet pistol that I wanted to order. It's pretty cool looking.
How much is it?
$99 if I remember. The magazine's in my bathroom. Actually,
How much?
I'm gonna run and get it. I'll be right back.
Okay. It's probably CO2 then.
Now there's gonna be an awkward silence.
Yeah. For about 5 seconds.
I'm trying to find a pellet gun, like a pistol, but I really don't know which one to buy. CO2 or spring or pump or brake barrel. I don't know.
The only thing that's bad about CO2 is if you don't use it a lot, then the CO2 eventually is just going to leak, and then you'll go to shoot it one of these days, and it'll just be all gone.
Well, yeah, and in colder temperatures, CO2 isn't as powerful. So
Yeah, CO2. To be honest with you, CO2 is a pain in the neck.
really, do you have any CO2?
I've got a pistol. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is.
Yeah, well, is it you? I know you have a Gamma P25 blowback.
I got
I
a
was
pistol. Yeah. I don't know what I get.
I'm thinking about getting that American Classic. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm
So-
giving one of those away.
you can help me out a little bit. No, I'm just kidding.
You do that to everybody, Max.
I know. I just. Yeah.
Jason, are you
Well-
looking up the Colt?
You're like,
I've got
Hey.
got it right here.
Nick, you only did that for the subscribers, okay? You only did that giveaway for subscribers.
that's
You
right.
really don't care who gets the prize, do you?
Not really.
Just
Exactly.
It's like, I only know like 15 or 20 of my subscribers, like personally.
Yeah.
Everybody else is just there.
I only have 16.
Hmm.
Only 16. I don't even
You-
know how many I got. I haven't checked.
Do you know all of them?
Me?
Well, whoever had the 16, I don't know who it was.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah, like I said, I'd do it if I had one, or I'd do it if I had a million. But I'm looking at that Colt. It's a Colt Special Combat, 1911. It's a CO2 semi-automatic BB repeating. Oh, is it BB or is it pellet? Yeah, a BB fed magazine, 20 rounds, and they want $100 for it.
Huh.
I see an actual pellet. It says pellet gun, but it's like a $200.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, because it takes more to have to cycle in a pellet than a BB.
that's the only thing I ever give Gammo is that their Gammo P25 blowback is a pretty good buy, and I just use it for shooting snakes at my feet, so it works perfectly for what I need it for. I've never had any issues out of it. If I did,
I would just shoot a shotgun.
well, in my neighborhood, I get cried at
Oh.
for killing animals with my pellet gun, so I imagine the shotgun might attract a little more attention.
Just a tad.
Trust me, when I'm down south, I actually just bought more rat shot for my 357.
Oh, cool.
Yep. I want to buy some of that zombie max ammo.
Oh, that's so sweet.
You ever shot it?
Max.
Not that it's like
What?
different.
Nothing.
What?
Are you? Do you hear my phone?
What?
Do you? Why are you? What are you talking about, Nick? Why are you laughing? Or I mean, James, why are you laughing?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, it's my text. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to the zombie max ammo, Nick.
Yeah, I got some for 12. It's
In slug formation?
yep.
Oh man, that's got to be devastating.
Oh my god. You should see it.
My
3/4 piece of plywood.
I bet my brother's friend had it for a 22.
What's the difference from like a normal round?
I mean, the variation in that bullet, it's a hollow tip. It's got green ballistic gel, or I'm not sure what's in the tip. It's got some green filler, so when you shoot it, it makes a green splat. And I don't know if that green actually acts like a ballistic tip would in a normal ballistic tip, or I don't know if it's just there for the green splash effect. And then the weight, I mean, it's really just zombie max ammo, just this ammo's made for zombies, it's really no different than the Hornady makes it, and they make another bullet which is exactly like it. The difference is the price, really. It's the same, but this ammo's got a picture of a zombie on the cartridge, so
Yeah.
on the boxing.
Has anybody here ever shot a rattlesnake?
Yes,
Nope.
I have. I'm sure you've
We don't have
killed
here.
quite a few out there, James.
Actually, I've only killed one, but it was like the first time I had ever gone dove hunting.
Okay.
It was crazy. I had just gotten my first dove,
Mm-hmm.
and we were hunting in like a kind of like a marsh area, like with a bunch of like I think you call them prawns or something like that. I don't know, but they were just sticking up out of the water, and so we were looking for it. And I figured because it had gone kind of close to shore, but it was kind of still in the water, so I thought I would have been like right there, but it wasn't. So I see this like area where the bushes are kind of pushed over a little bit to make way for like a little thing inside of the bushes. So I kind of poke my head in there, and I'm looking around, and then right in the middle, I just see this little thing with eyes, and then I kind of look back a little bit, and this freaking huge rattlesnake is just curled up right there looking at me. I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, Dad, there's a rattlesnake right here. He's like, shoot it. I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. So I shot it, and it just like blew it up into like a bunch of different pieces. And like when we looked at it closer, it kind of blew it in half, and then it blew its head off somewhere else. But it was like, it had to have been at least 6 feet long. It was ginormous, and at least, I don't know, 3 inches in diameter.
Nasty.
It's huge.
Nasty.
It made a weird noise when I shot it too.
Yeah, I used to have a rattlesnake skin. I gave it to a buddy though. I've killed my fair share of rattlesnakes down here. We Canebrate rattlesnake, diamondback rattlesnake, and the pygmy nose rattler. That's what we.
Yeah, it was a diamondback.
Yeah,
These things are weird.
I hate snakes. That's my weakness there.
Yeah, I don't like them either.
Snakeophobia or whatever it's called, serpent phobia.
What about frogs?
No, frogs are cool.
Oh, I hate frogs.
You hate
So much.
frogs?
Why?
I don't know. They're so unpredictable how they move.
Unpredictable.
All they do
Well,
is
they like jump wherever.
He's bouncing everywhere. Oh my gosh.
Yes, they are. Well, when I was younger, we had like a huge toad. It was at least, at least 6 or 7 inches long. It was huge. It was right underneath our grill, and it started hopping at me. So I've hated them ever since.
That's too bad.
Yep.
Frog gigging. Anybody ever done that?
No,
Wait,
what
what's
is
that?
You guys don't know what frog gigging is?
with the blowgun.
No, it's you go out
Yeah.
like in a pond or a swamp or whatever with what's called a gig, and basically, if you want to be fancy about it, you can go out and specially pay, 40, $50 for a gig, or you can take a stick and duct tape a fork onto it, and then you go out there at night and shine lights in the pond.
On you stab them?
Yeah, and you stab them and you get 13 of them in a bucket and go home and fry them up and eat them.
You actually eat
Huh.
frog down there?
I don't. People do.
Oh.
You just use a
I
blowgun.
think it would taste like leathery.
Tastes like chicken fried.
Oh, really? So you have tried it?
That and the snapping turtle.
You've tried snapping turtle?
I have not. I think Nick has. Nick?
If
Nick-
he was here,
Yeah,
I think he's
Nick's
gone.
been in and out the whole time.
Oh, wow. Well, my grandpa, I spend a lot of time with him because he's awesome and everything. He's like hunts and fishes and traps and all that. This next couple weeks we'll be trapping turtles. So we'll be doing that and eating a couple of them. As a joke, like you guys know what muskrat are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one guy, one of his friends asked them, "Do you eat the muskrats?" And my grandpa and his other friend are like, "Oh yeah, of course." And there's like, of course they don't eat muskrat because I don't think a lot of people do. But as a joke, they're gonna take one of my squirrels and fry it up and make it sound like they're eating muskrat.
Hmm. I had a girlfriend that asked me once. I was in the 7th grade, so I was about 12, 13, and she asked me why I hunt deer, and I was like, you don't know why I hunt deer? She's like, no. I'm like, really? Because deer are vicious animals. She goes, they are? I go, oh my gosh, they're like the second leading cause of death in America. And she's like, oh my gosh. I'm like, yeah, I had a friend who was attacked by one. He didn't make it. That was 2 seasons ago. And she's like, oh, I'm like, I got attacked by one too, but luckily my dad was hunting with me and he shot it. I only had to go to the hospital real quick. And she's like, oh my gosh, I've seen deer before, but they ran off in the woods. I'm like, they probably ran off in the woods to go kill someone because somebody was in the woods.
She's probably never gonna go into the woods like ever again now.
That was so
How
long ago.
stupid is
She's stupid. We were watching a movie and it was over. I was like, you want to watch it again? She's like, yeah, and it was on a DVD. I'm like, all right, you got to go rewind it. You know how on the old VCRs you had the.
Oh yeah.
She's like, how do you rewind a DVD?
Wow.
Just like,
Wow.
yeah, it was great.
Armadillos.
Wait, do you still have her as a girlfriend?
No.
Okay.
What were you saying about armadillos, Cameron?
How many of you have armadillos where you live?
I know me and James probably do.
Yeah, I think we do. I've never actually seen one where I live, but if you go up north a little bit, you see tons of them on the highway just like splattered everywhere.
Nick, do you have armadillos up in Massachusetts? Max, you have armadillos?
No, armadillos are only live in the southern.
Yeah.
Because
Well-
I don't think they can really survive winters
No,
very well.
They can't. Nick, do you know what an armadillo is?
I don't think he's here.
Oh yeah.
You do? You don't have them though, do you?
No, I don't have them, but I know what they are.
Okay.
Anyways,
Yeah.
we had this really stupid 11th grader, and I had to do a PowerPoint, and there was a picture of an armadillo that was like jumping, and someone convinced her that they're as big as dinosaurs. They attack people, so she's never gonna go south now.
Wow.
Well, the show's been about an hour, going on for an hour now, and I've got something I've got to do. I would love to continue, but guys, don't come to the South because armadillos are big and vicious, and you need really big guns to protect yourself from them. But anyways, it's been episode 15 of Eat Sleep Hunt. Peace.